My tomatoes are show tomatoes, just so people know.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
I need
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are here at the secret garden at my corporate job, and we are going to get my garden ready for a garden party. So tomorrow there's actually going to be a big garden party here, and we're all going to walk around, look at each other's gardens, admire all of the beautiful plants and flowers and veggies and everything in between. And I want to show you how we get our garden ready for a garden party. So let me show you how the garden is looking like now. We will get into the work, and then I will give you a tour of how everything looks after we are all done. Okay, you ready? Da-na-na-na! Here it is. Can you believe how much it's grown? We planted this just 3 weeks ago. Do you guys remember how like everything was little and tiny, and now look at how things are looking. Can you even believe it? How much growth this garden has put on. It's incredible. And I want to take all of the credit, but remember, we used a lot of compost in this bed. We used the Land and Sea compost from Espoma, and I've been fertilizing our garden on a bi-weekly basis with some liquid fertilizer from Espoma as well. So I also want to give them a shout out for having really great products and for making my garden stand out amongst all of the others. So let's start out back here and show you guys what's going on. So we started out with some zinnias over here. This is the agave variety, and look at how beautiful they are. Isn't that just so fun? Now, the only thing that's kind of taken a long time are the dahlias, which the dahlias are taking a long time at home too, so I'm not too worried about that. I did have one, I think over there, like plopped over. I think a bird might have got to it because it was like broken over. So I kind of cut the stem down or the stalk down all the way down. And so it should start regrowing. If not, I have a couple of backup tubers that we can use in here. All right, so the zinnias that we have here are doing really well. We have the ballerina mix. We also have the Benaries. I think that's the carmine, or maybe the coral. No, I think it's the carmine. And then we have the salmon, and I think this one is the new aurora mix. So there's kind of a mixture of them right throughout here. And then we have these profusion orange zinnias. These are a shorter variety, which I feel like now I should have probably planted them here towards the front, but it is what it is. And then we have the Queenie lime orange, which are just one of my favorites. They're so prolific. And then we have all of our basil. We have some scabiosa. We have some peppers, which I do want to talk to you guys about because everything is thriving, but the dahlias and also the peppers. What is the secret to having good peppers? Because this plant has one, that one has one, and I think that one back there, let's see, might also have, well, this one has two. Nope. Yep, it has two. So I'm not sure like who the pepper whisperer is out there, but if you're watching, let me know what I need to do to get more out of our plants. And if you guys recall, we had plenty of room to plant more veggies, but I couldn't find any veggie starts. So that's why I went with more flowers. And then I added some more herbs right out here in the front. So we have sage, we have oregano, we have chives, and then thyme right over here. And then of course at each of the pillars we have our tomatoes, and they are thriving with the exception of one right over here. This one has a little bit of blossom and rot. So do you see how we have a little bit of rot at some of the bottoms of these, which is fine. I'm not too worried. It could be a calcium deficiency, or it could be because it's having a hard time to uptake the calcium that's in the soil. They should have plenty of calcium. So I think what I'll do is come in and just apply some more calcium to this plant specifically, not the entire bed, because all of the other tomatoes are doing fine. It's just this one right over here. And then lastly, our strawberries are starting to go for it too. They haven't put on any flowers yet, but they are starting to grow nicely. So we have 4 of these strawberries in the bed as well. So I think all in all, the bed is doing so great. All of the plants are very happy, but I do want to come in and just kind of zhuzh it up a little bit and show you guys what I like to do to get this space ready for everybody to come and enjoy it. So I have Sergey here to help me. So let's go ahead and get this garden party ready. So the first thing we're going to do is just stake up our tomatoes. So I have this temporary bamboo stick solution here, and it's not working out really well. And initially we wanted to build a structure that goes like up and over, but we weren't able to do that. So I think what we're going to do is use the same things that we use at home. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how we stake our tomato plants at home, so you guys can see how we take this Jimmy rigged situation, Sergey is laughing at me, to something a little bit more permanent.
That's my fault. That's my fault, because I've been saying like, okay, we're gonna do this structure, but I just never got to it. And well, now I'm just like, okay, why are we gonna over-engineer this? Okay, as much as I love to do it, okay, for the sake of time, we're just gonna do what we do at home, you know, and what we do at home works great.
Well, especially with like cherry tomatoes, right? Like you don't have, So, all right, well, let's jump in and then we will show you guys what we like to do.
First, we're just gonna keep the old stakes in there. We're gonna keep it tied up, and we're gonna drop these new ones in. And they're basically like those really long kind of plastic with a metal core stake, and we just spray painted it. Looks like
it chipped a little bit.
Chipped. I don't know if it didn't have time to cure or what, but that's a shame. But I brought the spray paint. We're gonna touch it up quickly.
Okay. Of course we will.
Of course. So we're just gonna put it in, and then we're gonna remove the old stakes, and then we're gonna start tying it up and cleaning things up.
Cool. So ideally, you would probably do this like at planting time, but because we've been slacking,
do as we say, not as we do.
As we do. Exactly.
So we just gotta align perfectly on the.
Oh wait, let me see. Oh, okay. Right. You're going by the corner. Yeah. That's why. Okay. Oh, Sergey, your socks are lovely. I'm so excited for the viewers to see this. Birkenstocks and socks.
This is why I am not on camera ever.
He always dresses really nice. Just like, what are you wearing? Now we're just driving them down as far as we can. Okay. We did bring a hammer. Well, you know what, Sergey,
though? Let's see how far they went.
Yeah.
Because I think they're at the bottom. They are at the bottom.
Okay.
So we don't need a hammer or a ladder.
Oh, great. Okay. But you know what, though? When do I cap off the tomatoes? Because I can't reach that high. Like, how am I going to get...
You let them run wild.
Okay. Then you'll come and harvest them.
We'll get to it when
the time comes.
When the time comes.
Okay. Sounds good. So now we're going to do that to the rest of them. Okay, so all of the posts are in. And I think originally what I thought about doing is we were going to zip tie these to the four corners. So do you see how there's these little posts that come all the way up? But Sergey is like, no, I have a better idea. What's your idea?
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, because if you zip tie, right, you're trying to zip tie it not to a flat surface or a surface that will catch it. So like keep them sliding left to right, left to right.
Okay.
So we'll get to that. But first, right, before we zip tie, before we tie up the plant and make it look good, it's really hard to see what we're doing, right? And I at home, I prune my tomatoes every single week, and you're gonna see how much we're gonna take off right now.
It's a little drastic. Don't be alarmed. It's what's necessary.
Yeah, it's what's necessary.
And can I just say, this tomato is such a weirdo. Look at this. And this is the variety. Do you know this variety? Oh, you guys, I forgot.
Bradford's Brown or no?
Something like that.
Atomic. Brad's Atomic Grape or something.
Yeah. Okay. It like, this is what they're all doing. So it's not something like leaf curl. They all of the plants look like this. And it literally looks like it's trying to grow new plants from the leaf. Look at that. So let me go ahead and grab a bucket, and we're just going to start cleaning these up.
Okay. So when I prune off my tomatoes, a couple things I want to do. One is to just remove, obviously, anything that is damaged or dead or diseased. But in this case, we don't really have any of that. One thing, the first thing is anything touching the soil, right? I don't want the leaves touching the soil, and I don't want any disease to transfer over from the soil or up the leaf or just anything, right? So we're going to remove a first couple layers up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to thin it out. So I'm going to remove every few stems of leaves from this plant, going up maybe a good halfway, and then leave anything on top that will be fresh, new to grow. The idea here is just to encourage airflow and light penetration to the actual fruit, because you can see here, we got tomatoes. They're there. They're just hidden on the bottom, not getting any light.
And we want them to get light.
We want them to get light.
All right, let's do it.
So I was just starting on the bottom here. I'm gonna pick the lowest one and clip those away. Just be careful, do not clip the actual tomatoes. I did that once and it was horrible.
There's a
So
meme out there.
sad.
There's a meme out there where this guy is picking tomatoes, and it's like when you accidentally prune back like the tomatoes and not the actual plant. He just looks like he's about to cry.
Yep.
And I was like, that is so real.
That
I think
I'm not the only one, huh?
Yeah.
I love it.
So why wouldn't you just cut like that halfway instead of removing the whole thing?
You could, and
Because like this, I kind of want to keep, you know, not super long.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, see, look, it's all the way up here.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming all the way down here.
Yeah.
And this is an example of where I would cut it halfway.
Right. Okay.
Just to keep some of the leaves absorbing nutrients and light, but anything down here we don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tomatoes are beautiful though.
They're gorgeous.
Can't wait to taste one.
No, they're mine. You can't.
Can I give them away?
Yep. Okay, so we trimmed up the bottom, and now I'm just gonna go through and remove like every other one. So I'm gonna leave this here, and like, the sun goes up. We're gonna remove this one since it seems to cover more of the fruit, expose the fruit. Yeah, as you can see, the importance of staking up. We didn't do it soon enough.
Yeah, now it's all like contorted.
Yeah.
Which we can just say we meant to do that.
We meant to do that.
Yeah, we meant to do that.
But, at the same time...
it makes it harder.
Yeah, it makes it... If you don't start out from the beginning taking care of it, it just... What happened one time at home, I was trying to bend it out, and then
it broke.
It snapped. And, well, there it goes.
Yep.
So we're just going to take it easy.
So because there's a little piece of wood down there, this post can't be completely flush like Sergey thought it would be. So we're going to just to kind of have this at an angle.
Yeah, basically here, if you can see my finger, there's some wood protruding into the soil. So what I thought it would be like a perfect, butting into the corners, it isn't. So my idea isn't working. And I'm happy that I actually didn't build that structure because that structure was planning to be perfectly flush.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
what is this called, this little ring bit?
I don't know. You use it in like plumbing or electrical, and it's like a wire tubing fastener.
Okay.
And for us, we're just gonna secure it, and I'm gonna put one more right on the other side to hold it in from both directions.
Okay, so now it's not gonna go anywhere. You see where if it was tied to a string, it would just swivel back and forth.
Yep.
Our favorite tie to use for tomatoes, like our favorite thing to secure our tomatoes, is this Velcro garden tie. It's the best, and you can reuse it over and over. So that's kind of like the great thing about this is we do go, I feel like we buy a lot of it because we use it often, especially again with the tomatoes, sometimes with the dahlias. But anyways, the great thing about it is it's reusable.
Reusable, yeah. But, a plant, it constantly is growing up, is growing out, is growing in thickness. So in this case, what I really like about the Velcro is because, you start out with a young plant and then it goes mature, and look how thick it is. It's like thicker than my finger here. So you can every week you can just come in and just give it a little bit more.
Adjust
it. And if you need to move it up, move it down because it got big, you do it.
Yeah. So you're not constantly having to untie things. Again, it's Velcro, so it's awesome. I'll make sure to link it down in the description box.
Only thing I have is if it can come in black, that would be so nice.
Yes,
that
Velcro
way
brand. Yes, sorry not to cut you off, Sergey, but Velcro, if you're watching this, can we please get this made in black? Is that possible? Or is there already one out there that I'm not aware of? Let me know because that would be awesome.
Just it here. And you see it's kind of like using the pressure of the plant. And I'm going to just start down here and I'm going to work my way up. And I'm going to remove the jute string that we have here. And hopefully nothing comes stumbling down.
By the way, that jute string came from Chelsea.
Did it?
It was for special gift wrap, and you've been using it in the garden.
Well,
I mean, thank you for being proactive,
it
but it kind of hurt me a little bit.
it served the purpose
Yes, it
without
did.
just sitting there.
Room to hold it.
Yeah, here,
Okay.
I use one hand to hold it here.
Okay.
And see, like one thing that I like to do is like tie it like in areas like this where you have underneath a leaf branch, because it kind of like you can use the support of the leaf branch. So when fruit grow and it gets weighed down, it kind of like leans on it. It's really nice. And we keep on going up and up and up. Now this, you got to be very careful. If we're gonna hear a snap, we're gonna stop.
All right, I forgot my tripod, you guys, so I'm trying to film Sergey as much as I can, but I have to stop and help him. But we're just going up now, trying to keep that shape. That way we're careful so it doesn't snap. And here's the last one. Don't do it.
That's tight.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, then just leave it. I'd rather
But,
it be like
yeah.
contorted than perfectly straight up. Like, it's fine.
Lesson learned.
Lesson
Okay.
learned.
This is why preventative is always better than reactive.
Proactive
versus reactive.
Boom. Slogan for next year's garden. That looks good. That looks good.
That looks
love.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, since we kind of can see it,
Yeah.
we're gonna go through and clean it up again. But let's get to the other plants.
All right. So we're gonna just quickly clean the other ones. Same thing. Remove some of the leaves just while we have some good light right now.
See, like this here. Anything that kind of like is either covering something up, or if it's going to be running into my pole here, so just getting rid of those. Even though they're pretty high up and they're new, I don't want them in my way.
All right, so while Sergey's finishing that up, I'm gonna come in and just clean up our zinnias a bit. Overall, they look fine, but removing some of these is going to make a big difference in the overall appearance of our garden. And this is something I would do at home. So if I'm having friends over for like a garden party, I will come in and just like clean things up a bit like this. And it might seem like such a tedious and kind of meaningless thing, but I promise you, it does make a difference. So you see, just kind of removing some of those lower leaves. Look at how much prettier. And then of course, coming in here and just deadheading some of these spent blooms just to allow the plants to regenerate is also obviously going to make such a big difference. And I'm even gonna get in here and remove some of those lower bottom leaves, because there's cheeky people that will come in here and inspect your garden, because you know I would. This will also help with airflow, especially because I have things planted so tightly. So even with like the strawberries, just taking all of these things out. The sweet petunia, for the most part, it looks great. Just want to remove some of these spent blooms. These are self-cleaning, but just get this stuff off. See how much better that looks? Just dust off any soil. It's like these little things make a big difference. There we go. Just a couple of yucky leaves. The peppers, there's not much I can do. I even thought about going to the store and buying fake peppers, or not buying fake peppers, but buying other peppers and just putting them around to make it look fuller. But of course I won't do that. Fake it till you make it, that's right. That's funny. Now this verbena is going to have more light. But look, I'm just gonna zhuzh it up a little bit and just kind of flare it out a bit like this. There we go. Our chives look good. And I have been harvesting some of the basil. In fact, the other day I came out here during lunchtime and I got some basil to put on my chicken bowl. It was delicious. And these lower leaves are not getting a lot of sunlight, so it's nice to just clean them up. Even with your regular plants at home, this is the same thing we do with our dahlias, to allow airflow in and just to remove anything that's not really benefiting the plant anymore at this point of the season. Just like Sergey said, this whole bin is going to be full of our stuff. All right, this little basil is struggling a bit. I'm just going to come in and just kind of gently remove some of this stuff. There we go. That looks better. It's regenerating, but she struggled a bit. See, with the zinnias, just get rid of all of those crispy leaves. Okay. This is like where I thrive. Like the little attention to details is what I love the most.
Well, isn't that what you did in the the Seattle Northwest Flower and Garden Show?
Yeah, yeah.
You, I think she came in as far as getting a brush, right? A paintbrush,
yeah,
and brushing the pathways of
debris, soil.
Yeah.
I did. When I was helping out at the Northwest Flower Garden Show, I came in with like a brush. I think this time, if I help out again, I need to bring like spray. What is that? Aerosol spray? No. Like dust off to get like any of like the small little bits. Like I am that crazy OCD person, but there's a reason why people want me to help them. And that's because the attention to detail is what makes everything more beautiful. This area looks pretty good. Just removing anything that looks, again, just not the best. Come in and pick this up. I'm starting to see a little sign of powdery mildew. So I will come in and spray the zinnias here before it becomes an issue. And that is another thing you can do to kind of remediate powdery mildew, is remove some of these leaves, especially these lower ones. Just get rid of it. Yeah, this is definitely getting powdery mildew.
Okay, so here's a good example, I think, right? So you saw me pruning off the ones that are touching the ground. I did that. Then I kind of went in and removed like every other one just to give it, you know, just open it up. You know, it looked like a little monster, but now it's clean.
It's our little monster.
Come here. So
Okay.
Here's one thing. And like Claudia mentioned earlier, things like this here that are like really long. So I'm just gonna trim that up. Okay, one. And then as far as the actual tomatoes, I will even prune the tomatoes. Let me show you what I mean by that.
Oh.
You can see these, right? You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are looking great shape. And then you have these like, what, 3 down here that are struggling. Okay, so I'm gonna do is come in here and clip those off.
Oh, okay.
And like this here, for example, right? I have, wow, it's on a vine with so many, and then this. We don't need that.
Oh, so is it just because like those are gonna take forever to ripen?
Yeah, they're gonna
Okay.
take forever, but they're also sucking nutrients from these
okay,
to, and also if you, my tomatoes are show tomatoes, just so people know. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I need them to ripen at the same time.
Oh, your
okay?
head just got bigger. I didn't think that was
It-
possible.
no, it was always big. It was always big. It didn't just get bigger.
Okay. So yeah, I have my dahlias. I'm particular about them, and Sergey is very particular about his tomatoes. But do you see, like, it's not just about removing the suckers. It's about maintaining the entire plant. So even the actual fruit on the plant, and that's why we have such beautiful tomatoes.
And like here, see, we have this like a whole tomato plant growing. I'm gonna just remove that.
Right.
That's taking too many nutrients. Another thing, you have the shoot of tomatoes, and then you have a plant growing from the tip. No, we're not. We're not gonna allow it.
We do not allow this behavior.
No, knock it off.
Knock it off.
Or you're gonna get clipped.
Yeah. We like order in this garden. Oh, the lighting is so pretty right now. All right, guys, there it is. I know it might not seem like a huge difference, but there's definitely a difference in how everything looks. Do you see how we came in? We removed all of the bulky branches on the tomato plants, and Sergey came in and just staked everything up so nicely. I think this method of staking cherry tomatoes is the best, and it's what we've had the most success with. Cleaning up all of the leaves around our zinnias, even our dahlias. Our dahlias didn't really need it today. Some of our strawberries here, it just makes such a difference. It makes your plants look revived and refreshed and new. So if you are trying to get ready for a garden party, that is something that you can do in your garden, is just come in and quickly clean things up and just get it all tidied up and zhuzhed up, because it will make a difference in how your plants are looking. So the herb garden also looks very good. I just removed anything that was yellow and that was broken. So these look really nice. Again, here's another view of the zinnias from over here. The tomatoes look so much better. They are a little bit contorted, but that's okay. They still look super nice. And now again, because they do look a little bit contorted, almost kind of like a snake, the tomato plants, they will start growing up straight towards the light. So I'm not worried about how they're going to start growing up. One thing I wanted to shout out too is this variety here specifically. I think this is the tropical sunset cherry tomato, and we got this from Epic Gardening, and I am so impressed with this plant. So it's about 3 feet tall, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little clusters of tomatoes. Like, it's so robust. I can't believe it. Like, this makes me so happy and excited. I can't wait to taste them, but I think I'll definitely be buying this one again next year. This side as well. Just cleaned up all of the zinnias. I do want to come in and deadhead some of these, but I just wanted everybody to see how our zinnias age at different stages. So I'm just going to leave them until tomorrow, and then I'll come in and start harvesting some of them and deadheading them. But what a difference that made in the overall look of the garden. This area does look empty because of the dahlia that broke off. Would it be cheeky of me to come in here tomorrow morning before the party and plant a dahlia here? Because I kind of feel like I have to, because it just looks so empty over here. But I think that would be kind of overkill, and I think I should be okay. I think I'm just overthinking it at this point, because everything else looks so good in our little secret garden. As a point of reference, this is everything that we cut from our garden. Let me just dump this out so you can see. Just that little garden bed, all of that came off. What a big difference that's going to make. All right, guys, I hope these little tips and tricks help you get ready for your garden party. Next time you are going to have a garden party, you don't have to do a lot, but just coming in and doing those basic little things will make the biggest difference in the way your garden is looking, especially this time of year. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today in my secret garden, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.